The Bloods are a primarily, though not exclusively, African-American street gang founded in Los Angeles, California. The gang is widely known for its rivalry with the Crips. They are identified by the red color worn by their members and by particular gang symbols, including distinctive hand signs. The Bloods are made up of various subgroups known as sets between which significant differences exist, such as colors, clothing, and operations, and political ideas which may be in open conflict with each other. Since their creation, the Blood gangs have branched out throughout the United States. Bloods have been documented in the U.S. military, found in both U.S. and overseas bases. History: the Bloods gang was formed initially to compete against the influence of the Crips in Los Angeles. The origin of the Bloods and their rivalry with the Crips dates to the 1970s, where the Pirates Street Gang, originally a set, or faction, of the Crips, broke off during an internal gang war, and allied with other smaller gangs to found the gang that would eventually become known as the Bloods. At the time, Crips sets outnumbered Blood sets by 3-1. To assert their power despite this difference in numbers, Blood sets became increasingly violent, especially against rival Crips members. The Pirates are therefore considered to be the original founders of the Bloods. During the rise of crack cocaine, the gang's focus shifted to drug production. Blood sets operate independently of each other, and are currently located in almost all states. East Coast: Blood sets on the East Coast are often seen as affiliated with the United Blood Nation, a gang which originated in Rikers Island. The United Blood Nation, simply called the Bloods, formed in 1993, within the New York City jail system on Rikers Island's GMDC, sometimes called C-73. GMDC was used to segregate problem inmates from the rest of the detention center. Prior to this time period, the Latin Kings were the most prevalent and organized gang in the NYC jail system. The Latin Kings, with mostly Hispanic members, were targeting African American inmates with violence. These African American inmates, organized by some of the more violent and charismatic inmates, formed a protection group which they called the United Blood Nation. This United Blood Nation, which was actually a prison gang, was emulating the Blood street gangs in Los Angeles. Several of the leaders of this recently created prison gang formed 8 original Blood sets to recruit in their neighborhoods across New York City. By 1996, thousands of members of the Blood Street Gang were establishing themselves as a formidable force among gangs and continued a steady drive for recruitment. At this time, the Bloods were more violent than other gangs but much less organized. Numerous slashings were reported during robberies and discovered to be initiations into the Bloods. This blood ritual became the trademark for the Bloods. Bloods recruited throughout the East Coast. Membership: Bloods refers to a loosely structured association of smaller street gangs, known as sets, which has adopted a common gang culture. Each set has its own leader and generally operates independently from the others. Most Bloods members are African American males, although some sets have recruited female members as well as members from other races and ethnic backgrounds. Members range in age from early teens to mid-20s. However, some held leadership positions into their late 20s and occasionally 30s. There is no known national leader of the Bloods, but individual Blood sets have a hierarchical leadership structure with identifiable levels of membership. These levels of membership indicate status within a gang. A leader, typically an older member with a more extensive criminal background, runs each set. A set leader is not elected but rather asserts himself by developing and managing the gang's criminal enterprises through his reputation for violence and ruthlessness and through his personal charisma. The majority of set members are called soldiers, who are typically between the ages of 16 and 22. Soldiers have a strong sense of commitment to their set and are extremely dangerous because of their willingness to use violence both to obtain the respect of gang members and to respond to any person who disrespects the set. Associates are not full members, but they identify with the gang and take part in various criminal activities. To the extent that women belong to the gang, they are usually associate members and tend to be used by their male counterparts to carry weapons, hold drugs, or prostitute themselves to make money for their set. Recruitment is often influenced by a recruitee's environment. Bloods recruit heavily among school-age youth in predominantly poor African American communities. Gang membership offers youth a sense of belonging and protection. It also offers immediate gratification to economically disadvantaged youth who desire the trappings of gang life: gold jewelry, cash, expensive sports clothing. Blood sets have a loose structure of ranks based on how long a person has been involved with a particular set. The ranks do not signify leadership or dominance over the set, they merely signify respect for those who have been in the set longer and have survived the longest. Those with a higher rank do not have a position of authority over Bloods of a lower rank. Bloods with higher rank are often referred to as big homies by Bloods with lower rank. They also refer to each other as relatives. Once a person has joined a Blood set, it is for life. One cannot leave the set or flip to another set. Bloods members commonly refer to themselves as CKs, mobs, DAWGs, or bombers. Identification. Bloods members identify themselves through various gang indicators such as colors, clothing, symbols, tattoos, jewelry, graffiti, language, and hand signs. The Bloods gang color is red. They like to wear sports clothing, including team jackets that show their gang color. Some of their favorite teams include the San Francisco 49ers, the Philadelphia Phillies, and the Chicago Bulls. They are also known to wear Dallas Cowboys clothing, whose logo contains a 5-pointed star. The most commonly used Blood symbols include the number A5, the 5-pointed star, and the 5-pointed crown. These symbols are meant to show the Bloods' unregistered trademark affiliation with the People Nation, a large coalition of affiliates created to protect alliance members within the federal and state prison systems. These symbols may be seen in the tattoos, jewelry, and clothing that gang members wear, as well as in gang graffiti, which is used by the Bloods to mark their territory. Such graffiti can include gang names, nicknames, declaration of loyalty, threats against rival gangs, or a description of criminal acts in which the gang has been involved. Bloods graffiti might also include the word Oe, which refers to the fact that the first-named Bloods gang was formed by individuals from Pira Street in Compton, California. Finally, Bloods graffiti might include rival gang symbols that are drawn upside down. This is meant as an insult to the rival group and its symbols. Bloods members also have a unique slang. Bloods greet each other using the word Oe blood and often avoid using words with the letter Oec. Finally, Bloods use hand signs to communicate with one another. Hand signs may be a singular movement, like the American Sign Language letter OEB, or a series of movements using one or both hands for more complex phrases. United Blood Nation or East Coast Bloods initiates often receive a dog paw mark, represented by 3 dots often burned with a cigarette, on their right shoulder. Other UBN symbols include a bulldog and a bull. Sets: Black Pea Stone Bloods, United Blood Nation, see also. Crime in Los Angeles, Hood to Hood, The Block Commentary, references. Further reading: Yusuf Jah, Sister Shadkir, Udprazinga Crips and Bloods tell the story of America's youth in the crossfire. ISBN 0-684-80460-3, external links, PBS Independent Lens Program on South Los Angeles Gangs.